What's happening, fam? Finally got y'all adjusted. Okay. So I just got off work. I'm gonna have to put a new key fob into this, a new battery into this thing, because dang gum. I'm gonna have to get a new battery for that thing. Sheesh. Okay, so welcome back to my channel. If y'all are new here, welcome. My name is Kayla, so blessed and grateful y'all are joining me tonight, as always. And I figure we could do one of my drive home with me yap sessions after work. Today was selfie day. I'm not one to post a selfie, but yeah, I'm not one to post on social media at work, even if it is for work. I'm just not one to do it, so I didn't do it. But if there's like team day, which team day means sports day, meaning wear your favorite team sport gear, I will do that. I will post on social media and tag my store for that. But I will not post a selfie, mainly because I can't, because the phone case I'm using currently, it does not have a pop socket on the back, which allows me to take decent selfies. So, with that being said, y'all, I have to show y'all my new water bottle. No, it is not a Walla, and no, this is not sponsored in any way. It's Tal. I will tag them in the description so y'all can go check them out. They might have YouTube. I'm not sure. But this is kind of like an Awala dupe. I got it on clearance for $9. And are we surprised? It's purple. Are we really surprised by that? No. No, we are not. For those that don't know, yes, my favorite color is purple. 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 My lunch bag, which you cannot see because it's on the floor in the back seat, is purple, okay? My purse is not purple. I would love to get a purple purse that's like that. I can't reach it because it's in the back seat, but it's not Vera Bradley. It's the other brand that was very popular in the, like, around the mid to late 2000s going into the 2010s. They're mainly for their, they are mainly very popular for their shoulder bags. They're over the shoulder, or I call them crossbody bags. I can't think of the name of it. Put it in the comments. I'll put a picture of it right here. I'll put a picture of one of them right here, just so that way y'all can see it. I'm not going to post mine, but I am going to sniff on Pinterest to see what purses were popular around that time, just so that way y'all have an idea of what purse I'm talking about. I got to turn the defrost on because, yeah, my windows are fogging up. So one thing that I wanted to chat about is humility. And what I mean by, and why I wanted to chat about humility. And I will try and put this part of the video into a short for y'all, if I can figure out how to do it. So why I wanted to chat about humility real quick before I leave is, if someone you know and love thinks mainly about self, it tends to affect everyone around them, and in more than just one way, if that makes any sense. So one way that you can teach them to be humble without teaching them to be humble is pray for them and ask God to give them humility. And that goes to, and whenever I ask God for something, I'm going to move y'all back just a smidge. And whenever I ask God for something like that, I think about the quote from Morgan Freeman. I can't remember what movie it's from, but he says something along the lines of, when you think someone asks God for patience, do you think he gives them patience? Or do you think he gives them an opportunity to be patient? And I think on that, whenever I think of someone asking for courage or bravery, which I think is the same thing, when someone asks for courage or joy or anything like that, I always think of that quote. I always think of that. And I'll try and do a reaction type thing on my TikTok of it if I can find it. If I can find that particular video on TikTok, I will try and do a reaction to it. And if I can share it to YouTube, to my YouTube shorts, I will. But it says something along those lines. And as Catholics, there's one way in particular that we can teach ourselves humility, and that is with the Litany of Humility, which I will put on the screen right here, and it will also be in the description box. So, the Litany of Humility, I watched a video on that by Father Leo, and I'll tag him in the description. And I'll tag him in the description. He did a YouTube video on his channel on the Litany of Humility. He went in depth on that, and oh my word, did that thing strike some chords. That thing hits. That thing hits. It is deep. So just brace yourself whenever you do the Litany of Humility. Brace yourself. Like, that wasn't me. That was the that was my seat. But pray for them. Do what the one word that Saint Mother Teresa always talked about, always said, and that is pray. Pray for them. Like, even if you don't want to, pray for them. Like my ex back in 2023, at the end of 2023, I asked Mother Teresa, should I be wary of him? And she goes, pray for him. Pray for him. That's all she said, was pray for him. And I realize now why I'm meant to pray for him, and that's a whole topic for a whole nother video. But when it comes to humility, that's one of the things that we are taught to do, is pray for people. And that ties into humility, especially if you pray for someone else and not yourself. So, I hope that made sense. Let's go home. Hi. Sorry. You're on my lap, so I can get my seatbelt fastened here. Oh my word. I gotta turn this down so I don't roast like a chicken in my own car. So I don't roast like a chicken in my own car. I can't put y'all in my cup holder tonight. I gotta hold y'all because my lip balm and my holy water are in my cup holder. Oh, cute. I got a braid in my hair. I braided my hair the second half of my shift. I decided to braid it. I wanted to look cute. Needless to say, my neck was very, very hot. I was fighting for my life with the heat that is in that store. A lot of people tend to not believe me or anybody when I tell them that, yeah, it's hot in that store. But to customers, it feels decent in there. It feels very good in there. To customers. To associates, it does not. Very rarely will you ever see us with without something to fan ourselves with, because it is that warm in here. Heck. Put y'all on your spot. There we go. Now y'all feel like you're in one of my vlogs. Because y'all are in my cup holder. Truck, you don't stop. I'm gonna pop you. Alright, so we're on the way home. Another thing that I wanted to chat about, and this kind of will probably hit some chords with people. Y'all can probably relate to this. But when you have two people in your family that bicker and argue a lot, like I do, whom I love dearly, 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 dearly. Of course, I can't love them no more than God can. He created them. He loves them more than me, more than I'm ever capable of doing. But when you have two people in your family that are like that, whom you love dearly, one thing that I've learned is to pray for them. And to pray for peace in your family. And I like to think of the words from a Trace Atkins song, and he says, "Say a prayer for peace." And he says that several times in the chorus, I believe, of that song. I don't know what the name of the song is, but I'll look it up and put it in the description for y'all. I don't know how to link anything. Like, I don't know how to put a link to a particular music video, but I'll Google it. This video is probably going to get posted probably within the next couple of days, probably Sunday night, more than likely, because my uncle is off and I do not have to, well, I'm not going to say my uncle's off, but my dad is off the next day, is off on Monday, so I'll be able to spend time in my room and edit this at length, write down how to do everything and whatnot. So, back to what I was saying. The one thing that you can do that will help more than you realize is, and I'm preaching to myself too here, okay? I'm not just preaching to y'all, I'm preaching to myself too. The one thing you can do that will help you and those two people you love dearly that like to bicker and argue and fight is pray for them and pray for peace in your family, and do that continuously. Don't just do it, one time and expect it to be good. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep praying for peace in your family. You have to keep praying for them. You have to keep praying for their peace. And by doing that, you're practicing humility, because you're praying for others instead of praying for yourself. Like, I could care less if I have peace. As long as there's peace in my family, then I will have peace. If there's peace in my family, not sitting around a campfire singing Kumbaya and hugging. No, that's not realistic peace. That ain't realistic. Oh, the babies are getting their treat. The babies are getting their treat. But the peace I'm talking about is inner peace. At least for yourself. And when you have inner peace, then everything will be fine. Hold on. Sorry, I had to turn my volume up, and I'm not getting copywritten on here. So, we are back home, and I hope that these two convos touched y'all in some way. If you made it to this point of the video, comment. Comment the cross emoji right up here. Comment this cross emoji, or comment the dove emoji, or just comment this white heart emoji. And thank y'all so much for tagging along with me tonight. Give this video a big thumbs up, and as always, comment your favorite Bible verse. See y'all. Love y'all. Peace out. Bye.